Welcome to the Friday Fenix, the only news show in the world, except for all the other ones. In our top story this week, a lone 18-year-old gunman... Oh, wait, we actually have some breaking important news. A class action lawsuit claims that Wendy's and McDonald's exaggerate their burger sizes in ads. Why, this is an outrage. For more on this, we go to our fast food measurement correspondent, Jen Haston. Jen, is it true that Wendy's and McDonald's have been displaying their hamburgers in an inaccurate way in their ads?
Sad but true, Andrea. Burger-ageddon is looming, and consumers may be completely fleeced of their innocence every time they purchase one of these so-called food products.
Can we make these companies increase their patty size by a centimeter in a way that does not assault the customer's palate?
That's a huge order, Andrea, and I'm afraid it's just not doable without a court order and possibly military intervention.
Sobering news that affects us all.
Indeed.
Now, obviously, the biggest news this week is the tragic shooting at an elementary school, and it's queued up the usual cycle of thoughts and prayers, why don't you actually do something, this is no time to talk about this, let's do some gun control, no, actually, it's a mental health issue, you get the drill. But I have a novel idea that I think will have bipartisan support. Guns are now the #1 cause of death for children in the U.S., and there's been a school shooting about every 5 days this year. Democrats have ideas about how to fix this, and so do Republicans. So let's try all of them. Seriously, I don't care where it comes from. No idea is too terrible. Let's do them all. I'm going to write them down. Ted Cruz, what do you got?
Have one door into and out of the school, and have that one door armed police officers at that door.
Great. Let's try it. All right, President Joe Biden, over to you.
Common sense gun laws.
Love it. Let's pass every single one of those. Texas Governor Gregory Wayne Abbott, let me hear it.
We have a problem with mental health illness.
Oh, mental health, yes. Such an important topic. I'm glad you brought it up. Let's start by putting back the $211 million that you cut last month from the department that oversees mental health programs in Texas. And then should we go ahead and just add another $211 million to that? Okay, brilliant. All right, let's get some foreigners involved. Jacinda Arden, what worked for you guys over in New Zealand?
We saw something that wasn't right and we acted on it.
I love acting on things. Writing that one down. Okay, David Hogg, Parkland shooting survivor. Your thoughts?
Universal background checks.
Great idea and supported by the majority of Americans. Let's do it. All right, Donald Trump, what you got for me?
Thoughts and prayers.
Okay, so those don't seem to be currently working, so let's double up on the thoughts and maybe triple the prayers and see where that gets us? Okay, great. Weird Fox News guy, you had a suggestion.
We need to install man traps.
Sounds a little out of the box, or maybe in the box, depending on where you're standing, but I'm adding it to the list. Let's try it. Oh, and here is a suggestion just in from one of my writers. Why don't we lock every assault rifle owner in a giant arena and tell them that they can either shoot their way out or give up their guns and walk out? I'm fine with whatever choice they make. That's interesting. It also says here, or what if we shipped all of our civilian-owned assault rifles over to Ukraine? 2 birds, 100,000 stones. That is some next level shit right there. I'm jotting all of this down. And last but not least, you there in the back, Mr. Bugs Bunny, is it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
More carrots. Okay, great. So let's do every single one of these ideas, good or bad, sane or crazy, and just see which ones work. It's a hell of a lot better than doing nothing, which is what we're doing now. And I don't think we can continue to look our kids in the eye if we do nothing. Arizona Representative Paul Gosar has been tweeting that the Uvalde shooter was a, quote, transsexual leftist illegal alien. He knows this after doing his own deep dive into the facts, not liking them, and then just vomiting up some BS he saw on 4chan, a foolproof method of government. Joe Biden has signed an executive order that will establish a national registry of police officers who were fired for misconduct so that bad apples don't keep moving to different departments. It's an idea that he did not get from the Catholic Church. A new poll shows that over half of Americans disapprove of the Supreme Court after the leaked draft of the Roe v. Wade ruling. But come on, guys. It says it right there in the Gettysburg Address. Government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth unless a small minority of evangelicals gets into power and then they get to decide what everyone else should do instead of the majority. How is this bad? Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is facing 3 felony counts as well as an FBI investigation into bribery and corruption charges brought by his own employees. So, of course, he won the Texas Republican primary for Attorney General this week. Former Trump sycophant Kellyanne Conway finally admits in her new memoir that Trump lost the 2020 election. Incidentally, her memoir is titled Every Lie I Told: My Time in the Trump White House, Volume 1. Volumes 2 through 5 are expected to come out next year. A new FDA report blames senior officials not receiving a whistleblower report about the baby formula shortage on, quote, mailroom issues. Apparently, by the time the carrier pigeon arrived, the little scroll on its leg had fallen right off. Pro tip to all you future whistleblowers out there, fucking put that shit in an email! Walmart is apologizing for releasing a Juneteenth ice cream. No word yet on whether their jammin' potato famine flavor has also been pulled from the shelves. An Iraqi citizen named Shihab Ahmed Shihab, because 4 Shihabs in a row would have been redundant, was plotting to kill George W. Bush in Dallas. Not because of the Iraq war stuff, he just really hated that bathtub painting. And finally tonight I bring you the most Texas news story ever. A West Texas judge named Skeet Lee Jones, not making that up, has been up to some cattle rustling after a lengthy investigation by the Texas and Southwestern Cattle Raisers Association, not making that one up either. The judge faces up to 20 years in prison, or he can choose to receive a roundhouse kick from Chuck Norris. That wraps up this week's episode of the Friday Fenix. Go hug your kids.
Your efforts are valid, but I don't think you can step up to the challenge. Your efforts are valid, but I don't think you can step up to the challenge.